I'm working on my temperature blanket for April 2024. I completed April the 1st to April the 12th, and now I'm going to continue knitting more of April. So I'm going to start on April the 13th, and from January to April, this is how it is starting to look. It's very long, and we're getting more length as we progress in our knitting. And as you can see, the warmer temperatures are trying to come through, but then we start getting a little bit cooler temperatures as we go. So now we're into more of the yellows and the oranges. So let's see what we're going to work on today. Will we continue to work in these colors, yellows and oranges, or is green going to come through again? Will the cooler temperatures go away? All right. Well, eventually, but as of right now, April is all over the place for temperature. So let's get started on knitting more of the temperature blanket for April of 2024. I am on April 13th and the temperature is 63 Fahrenheit. So I'm going to go ahead and work in varsity yellow, and I still have varsity yellow attached from April the 12th. So I'm just going to continue knitting row 1 varsity yellow all the way across April 13th. Let's get cozy, let's get comfy, let's get knitting. All right. Just going to continue knitting all the way across. April 13th, I'm finishing up row 1, just knitting in a garter knit stitch to the end. And now I'm going to continue knitting row 2, varsity yellow. The temperature was 63 Fahrenheit. I'm going to continue knitting all the way across. Just knit all the way across. I'm finishing up row 2, April 13th, 63 Fahrenheit. I'm using varsity yellow, garter knit stitch, knitting to the end of my row. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I'm on April the 14th, 83 Fahrenheit. We are adding a new color. We are adding rust to our knitting. So let me go ahead and cut off the varsity yellow. And I'm just going to go ahead and add on the rust for April 14th. We had 83 Fahrenheit. Continue knitting row 1 all the way across. Tie that once, and then we'll come back and tie it again. Continue knitting row 1 with rust all the way across. We have a new color. Let's continue knitting. April 14th, 83 Fahrenheit. I am using the color rust. I'm knitting to the end of row 1, just knitting all the way to the end. And now I'm going to continue knitting row 2 all the way across. April 14th, knitting all the way across in the color rust. Just knit all the way across. April 14th, 83 Fahrenheit. I'm using the color rust. Just knitting to the end of row 2. Just finishing up my day. And I'm going to go ahead and double knot this. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I am on April the 15th and the temperature is 81 Fahrenheit. I don't have to change my color, so I'm going to go ahead and knit row 1 all the way across in rust. So I'm just going to knit all the way across to the end. Continue knitting all the way across. We have some 70 colors coming in right now with the rust and the yellows and the oranges. April 15th, 81 Fahrenheit. I'm using the color rust, just finishing up row 1, just knitting to the end. Garter knit stitch. And now I'm going to continue knitting row 2 all the way across. Just knit all the way across. April 15th, 81 Fahrenheit. I'm using the color rust. I'm just finishing up row 2, knitting to the end, garter knit stitch. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I'm on April the 16th and the temperature went down to 73 Fahrenheit. So let's go ahead and cut off the rust. And now I am going to add varsity orange. So I'm just going to go ahead and add it on for April 16th, 73 Fahrenheit. Definitely 70s colors. Just continue knitting all the way across. Varsity orange. I'm going to tie this once and then I'll come back and knot it when I come back to the end. Knitting all the way to the end, row 1. Just continue knitting all the way to the end. April 16th, 73 Fahrenheit. I'm just finishing up row 1 using varsity orange, knitting to the end, garter knit stitch. And now I'm going to continue knitting row 2 in varsity orange. April 16th, 73 Fahrenheit. Just continue knitting all the way across. Just knit all the way across. Row 2. April 16th, 73 Fahrenheit. We are using varsity orange and I'm just finishing up row 2, knitting to the end. Make another knot to double my knot for the end. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I am on April the 17th and the temperature is 68 Fahrenheit. I'm going to go ahead and cut off the varsity orange. I'm going to go ahead and add on the mustard. April 17th, 68 Fahrenheit, row 1, we're adding on mustard. Continue knitting all the way across for row 1. We're going to tie the knot once and then tie it again when we come back. Continue knitting all the way across. April 17th, 68 Fahrenheit. I'm using the color mustard. I'm just knitting to the end of row 1, garter knit stitch. I'm going to continue knitting in mustard all the way across for row 2. So just knit all the way across, row 2, mustard. April 17th, 68 Fahrenheit. I'm using the color mustard. I'm just finishing up row 2, just knitting to the end. And then I'm going to double knot. And now I'm ready to start my new day. I completed April the 13th to April the 17th, 2 rows per day. That's 5 days. That's 10 rows. And this is what the blanket is looking like now. We have some more of our warmer colors. And it's looking absolutely fabulous. So now I'm going to go ahead and save the other days for another day and catch up on April another time. So thank you everyone for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see everyone next time. Bye for now and happy knitting. Go get that coffee. Enjoy your knitting for the day. All right, everyone. Have a good one. Bye for now.